Hey y'all, it's just Joe, and I guess I'm back today with another video kind of talking about me. I am gonna do my eyes today with some of my, mostly my Copacetic singles. These are the ones that I have right now. I do have some other little 4-pan palettes, but I think I'm just gonna use mostly this. And everything that I've already done and the shadows will be in the description below. I'm a little shook, so I just want to say thank you guys so much for reaching out. I had several DMs about my health and what I talked about in my last video, which I will try to remember to link below. I guess I'll recap that real quick. Just going to pat out my eye base before I get started. I just want to really say I'm really touched that people cared enough to reach out, see if I needed anything, to asking, or telling me things that they had disability wise or pain wise or things they had been through and trusting me with that kind of knowledge. It was just really heartwarming to know so many people care, because I hate when some people say, oh, I'm just a nobody, but in the scheme of things, in this big world, I'm just one person. And it's been really nice knowing that so many people care about the way that I feel and care that I've been gone. And I just want to say thank you for that. That's really awesome. But I'm going to try not to get emotional, because I've had a hard couple of years with friends that once I can't go anywhere, and plus COVID. It's not all been my pain, but with COVID and everything, you just not getting together with friends, and some friends just want to go out and have fun, and there's a lot of cancellations that I have to do because of my health situation. So we'll get a little bit more into it. I'm not going to make it a long video by any means, and this is definitely not a pity video. I hate pity. I think I'm very lucky. I'm still here. I'm on the right side of the ground. So we'll talk about some of the stuff that's going on with me. So I don't even know where to start, really. So I guess I'll start with some of my diagnosis. I have fibromyalgia. I have degenerative disc disease, which I'll explain a little bit about it too in a minute. I have mild RA, which is rheumatoid arthritis. Peripheral neuropathy. I'm not diabetic, it's genetic. Most peripheral neuropathy, for some reason, goes hand in hand with diabetes. Mine is genetic since I don't have diabetes. I guess that's the only other form. I don't know who in my family had it. I had a grandmother that had a lot of nerve issues, but because of when she was raised, there was no diagnosis for it. They actually ended up chopping off both her legs and one of her arms because of a blood clot disease that she had. And my father does remember her always having pain. So we kind of think it might be from her side, but we're not sure. And back then, that's just what they did for certain things. Like, it wasn't all this put a balloon in or a stent in and all these things. My family, there's a lot of age differences. My folks are older. My sister's 20 years older than me. So I'm the baby of the family. My mom was the baby of her family, and my grandmother had her, I think, when she was 42. So just a lot of age difference. So if I say something about, like, back then, it's really back then, you know what I mean? But I started having pains. I always say 27, but I think it was somewhat before that. I just didn't think nothing of it because it wasn't very, it wasn't a harsh pain yet, and it was something I could deal with. But 27 is when it really started kicking in. And of course, I still tried to deal with it. And I want to say maybe the end of my 28th year or the beginning of being 29, which I'm 41 now, it started to get to a point where I did go to a doctor. I didn't know what was going on. And so in the beginning, it was just declared fibromyalgia because they couldn't figure out what was going on. And I still do have fibromyalgia because there's still parts of my brain that I guess are misfiring and telling parts of my body it's in pain when they cannot find a reason, which is kind of what fibromyalgia is. I'm not a doctor, so my definitions will not be from WebMD. It's just the way I understand it. And along the way, and I'm not going to talk about what medications I'm on. I am on medication. That's all you need to know. Along the way, they treated that, and then I started having some, very few, but sometimes pains in my face, but very seldom, which felt like, gosh, how can I explain it? Hot lava and lightning mixed together, and down my legs and down one of my arms. And after some time, they diagnosed me with peripheral neuropathy, which that in itself is enough. Gosh, all of it's enough, and they started doing lots of scans throughout all this time, and they found that I've had a pretty accelerated degenerative disc disease in my back, which the reason why I said I'll talk about that is most people hear that and think, oh my gosh, that's terrible. And it's not good. But everybody kind of has degenerative disc disease in a way. Your disc do degenerate over the time of your life, just normally because you're a person. And with degenerative disc disease, a lot of times you kind of catch up when you get older. So your disc can only degenerate so much. So there's a chance my disc will degenerate all they can by the time I'm 50. So when I'm 75, I'll actually be at the right point. My disc will be a 75-year-old disc, if that makes sense. So when I'm 50, I'll have a 75-year-old degenerative disc ratio, I guess. So by the time, when I get 75, I'll be normal like everybody else. So it's a little weird. I do have problems with my muscles. I go to rheumatologists also off and on to check my mild RA, which is rheumatoid arthritis. And he kind of keeps up with other, it's so much. I should have wrote it down. So I have a general practitioner, as most people do. I have a pain clinic where my nurse practitioner and my doctor for my pain, overall pain. I have a rheumatologist for my RA. I have a neurosurgeon, a neurologist. He's also a neurosurgeon. I'm missing something. I've got another doctor somewhere in there, and I just can't think. But that's just the way it is now. You go to your general practitioner who sends you to a specialist, and they specialize in this. So if something goes outside that realm, you have to go to another specialist. I do pretty good with my pain, I think, is where I really want to go with this. I just kind of want to explain what my situation is first. But I do have some short-term memory loss. That's a whole nother story. But I think, pretty good with my pain. There's sometimes, of course, it gets me where I can't function. I don't have any control over that, but I do try to have a good attitude. I'm still here on earth. There are so many things that could be worse. At least I think there are. And I know some people say you shouldn't think like that. But the way I see it, is I have a great life. Sorry, I've got cats fighting in the background. And I wouldn't want to change my life. Everything that's happened, I've met my husband. I have great parents. A wonderful family. Good fur babies normally, except right now 2 of the brothers are fussing. But I don't want people to be DMing me worried and thinking that I'm down and out. I do have really close friends when I'm not feeling great or life is kind of getting to me that I can talk to. And they are wonderful, and you know who you are. I love you so much. But, and I do want to say, if anybody out there who's got anything going on and they need someone to talk to, you can always DM me. I don't have all the answers. I probably don't have any of the answers, but I'm a great listener, or I've been told I am. So I wouldn't mind reading and commenting and doing what I can. It is hard to talk about stuff like this when you're doing makeup. I thought it would be a lot easier. But so that's kind of the gist of everything. Again, most of this is because I did have people DMing me, which is so sweet. Thank you so much. But a few of them I do think were worried about me mentally. I do have mental issues, but I take medication for. I'm not afraid to admit that. But I'm in a good place with my medicine and my doctors, and a really good place with my friends. So we right now, I was in a bad place not too many years ago, but right now I'm in a very good place. So don't worry. Well, I mean, you can't help but worry if you're the type of person to worry, because I'm a worrier. But try not to worry too much about me. Everybody has pain in some form or fashion. And everybody's pain is relevant to what they are going through. Like I've said before, somebody's pain today may be their big toe getting stumped, but it is the worst pain they have today. So it seems terrible, even if maybe my pain technically is worse. I hate comparing pains like that, but I think you grasp what I'm saying. But so that's really it. The main goal is to let you know what's going on with my body and that I'm okay. And I hope all of you do understand. I really appreciate all the DMs and everything that y'all had to say. It was lovely. It was great knowing there's many people cared, which, I mean, I guess to some people it wasn't that many people. To me, it meant a lot. And let me get that off my finger. And to let you know I'm okay. I've been in this situation before. This last couple weeks was one of the worst that I've been through. I don't go through that type of severeness a lot. But Tennessee weather's been crazy. As far as I can tell, everywhere weather has been crazy. I know that has something to do with it. I know I pushed myself too hard on vacation, which you do because you want to enjoy it. And you think, well, I'll just recover when I get home. But sometimes that's a little bit harder than your brain tells you it's going to be. I got a little mascara in the corner there. I won't get it. But I hope that helps some of you be at peace with my video from the other day. I don't want anybody to be scared or worried. Again, like I said, you can't stop somebody from worrying, but I just want you to know I'm okay. I'm feeling much better. I've still got some pain, but nothing like I've had since I've been gone. And I love you guys so, so much. I hope all of you are staying safe. I hope all of you are making good decisions as best you can. I do hope that I'm able to stick to Monday, Wednesday, Friday right now while I'm going through more pain. And I love you guys so much. And I hope to see you in the next video. Try to remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye, guys.